So a lot of people think that going vegan means that you have to give things up. But that's not what it means. Instead of giving things up, you change things up. And this right here is a delicious veggie pulled barbecue sandwich made healthy vegan style, using no oil, no refined wheat, and no refined sugar. I made this with mushrooms and it's absolutely delicious. And today, I'm going to show you how to make your own. All right, so I'm really excited about sharing this recipe with you. It's one of my favorites and I know you're gonna love it. Now, before we make our veggie pulled barbecue, we're actually gonna make the sauce for it because we're gonna cook it in the sauce. Let's talk about what we're using to make the sauce. Now, all my ingredients here are organic. They don't have to be, but that's my preference. I'm using some apple cider vinegar. We're using some date syrup, some coconut aminos, a few cloves of garlic, some smoked paprika, onion granules, black pepper, some cumin, and some ground mustard. Now, we're also going to use as our base some tomato puree. These are the ingredients we're going to use. Okay, so I'm starting by using some water to saute my garlic. Now, using water or even a little vegetable broth is a great way to reduce or eliminate oil when cooking. Next, I'm adding the tomato puree and other wet ingredients along with my seasonings. Now, these spices are going to give this barbecue sauce an amazing flavor. All right, so our barbecue sauce is done. I've got it set aside here. And now what we're going to do is talk about what we're going to use for the base of this veggie pulled barbecue, and that's going to be oyster mushrooms. Oyster mushrooms are great. They make the perfect texture for a dish like this. Now, for those of you who prefer an alternative to mushrooms, you could also use jackfruit for this dish. But for me, oyster mushrooms are the best and they're super healthy. So this is what I prefer to use. Okay, so our next step is to get our mushrooms pulled from the clusters and then go from there. So I'm using oyster mushrooms for this recipe, but trumpet mushrooms, also known as king oyster mushrooms, would work as well. All right, so now I've got my mushrooms pulled and shredded like I want it. And all I was trying to do here is just take each piece and just shred it into a nice fine piece like this. So it will really mimic the texture of a traditional barbecue. But of course, these are mushrooms, but still, it'll be amazing how good these turn out once we add our sauce and get them cooked. You're gonna see, and if you make it, you're gonna taste it. This is gonna be delicious. Let's go to our next step. All right, I hope you're enjoying the recipe so far. Now, I want to take a quick minute to talk about a topic that I get a lot of questions about, which is supplementation. Now, it's important to know that there's some essential vitamins and minerals that could be difficult to get in adequate amounts on a plant-based diet, and that supplementation may help maintain optimal levels. Now, to complement my plant-based diet, I take the Complement Essential Vitamin. It's been designed specifically to complement a plant-based diet containing 8 vitamins and minerals that play a vital role in how we feel both short and long term by supporting energy levels, regulating metabolism, supporting immunity, heart and brain health, and so much more. And another thing I like is that it's an all-in-one supplement, which means you don't have to go out and buy several bottles to cover your supplement needs. Now, I partner with Complement to offer you a 15% discount on Essential or any of their products by using code HEALTHYVEGAN. So check out the descriptions below for the details. Let's get back to the recipe. Okay, so this is a pretty simple step. I'm just adding enough barbecue sauce to my pulled mushrooms to make sure that they're nicely coated for baking. All right, so now I've got my barbecue sauce mixed in, saturated really well on my mushrooms. Now, the thing I want you to notice is that when I first put my mushrooms in this bowl, some of you might have been thinking, man, that's a lot of mushrooms. Do you need that much? But as you can see, as soon as you get this marinade on, because of the acid, etc., they really shrink down a lot. And so now it looks like a lot less than it was, but still plenty for this dish. So we've got our mushrooms coated with our barbecue sauce. The next step is to get it on our pan, get it in the oven cooking, and go from there. Now, baking is my preferred method for these mushrooms, but you could also do them in the skillet on a stovetop and get a good result. Okay, so now I've taken my pulled mushrooms out of the oven and it looks really good, but I saved some sauce to go over top. I wanted to cook them mixed in some sauce to keep them from drying out and really make the flavor stick. And now I've saved a little sauce that I want to put on right now to make the flavor even more prominent. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to layer it with some sauce and then mix it up again. If you're enjoying this video, please like and subscribe below. Okay, our veggie pulled barbecue looks great. Now it's time to put a sandwich together. And of course, I'm gonna do it HV style. I'm gonna use an HV bun. Now, For those of you who are new to my channel, you maybe haven't seen this recipe yet, but these are delicious, healthy vegan millet buns that I've made. The recipe will be in the descriptions if you want to see how to make these buns. So I'm going to use it. I'm going to use some HV coleslaw here. This recipe also will be in the descriptions, and this is what I'm going to use to put together this delicious sandwich. As I'm putting this sandwich together, I'm reminded of how amazing it is that you can make just about any type of traditional dish in a healthy vegan style, like this sandwich. I'm always excited to share these new recipes with you. All right, guys, here is our finished product. Look at that sandwich. Pulled barbecue, veggie, healthy vegan style. Looks delicious. I know it's going to be delicious. You really ought to try this one. It's gonna take a big old bite, but I'm up for the challenge. Perfect. So if you're new to my channel and you're wondering how to find the recipe to the videos like the one you just watched, look below the video and tap on the word more. You'll see the beginning of the recipe. Tap on the word more a second time and you'll see the full recipe, and then you can begin to make your own. Thanks for watching.